On this week's episode, we talk about Lyle, Crocodile.
As well as other movies, shows, and pop culture news of the week. So this week we took our special correspondent to see Lyle, Crocodile. However, she is 6 and is therefore in bed at the time of this recording. So you'll just have to take our word for it that she went and she liked it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go. She went with mommy.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the trailer. The trailer looked good. It looked delightful. Looked interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Who voices the crocodile?
It's Shawn Mendes.
Shawn Mendes. Okay.
Yeah, or is it Sam Mendes? Yeah, Shawn Mendes.
Shawn Mendes. Shawn Mendes is the director. Shawn Mendes is the singer.
Okay.
Is Shawn Mendes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get him and Sam Smith mixed up.
Okay, Shawn Mendes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So a singer.
Mm-hmm.
So what else? There's some big names on it.
Yeah, Constance and Javier Bardem are the other.
Bardem, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he looks
Those
good.
are the big names.
And the kid.
The kid is super familiar, but I can't remember his name.
It's not the kid from Madden Project, right?
No, it's a different kid.
But it's a kid.
Yeah.
So the trailer looked delightful. It looked good.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like mommy and daughter should take advantage of that. And I'll watch when it comes to streaming. But what do you want to say about it?
It is based on a children's story written by an author whose name I forgot, but...
You mean the story is a whole book, or is it a story?
Yeah, it's like it's a picture book, so it's quite short. And I read it a very long time ago. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is one of the ones that was on, like, Reading Rainbow and stuff, back when I was a kid. So I don't remember details except Lyle is a crocodile who sings and wears a scarf and is very charming and becomes a part of this family's life, which is basically what happens in the movie. And of course, when you take a picture book and expand it into a full film, there's a lot of stuff that's added, and they did a great job with this. Other films that have done this very successfully were Jumanji and Polar Express.
Wait, Jumanji is a book?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
It's
know
a
that.
very short, like, illustrated children's book, I think.
Not a game?
I mean, it's about a game.
Yeah.
I think actually Jumanji and Polar Express are by the same author.
Okay.
Chris Van Allsburg. Anyway, this one, it was sweet. It was charming. It's all set in New York, so you have like great...
Is that time period?
Setting. No, it's contemporary. Yeah. We've got a kid, so this family moves into this brownstone and discover a crocodile there, and it turns out the crocodile can sing, and he's got Javier Bardem is like this struggling showman who's trying to, make it big. His name is Hector Valenti, star of stage and screen. He's not a star of anything. And yeah, it's really sweet. I've already got the soundtrack downloaded on our Spotify account. My daughter loved it. Drags a little bit in the second act, like towards the end. It gets a little draggy, but it picks up and has a really lovely ending. So
it's you mentioned the soundtrack. Is like original music, or is it he sings like popular songs?
Yeah, and so his thing is like he can sing.
Songs.
He doesn't talk.
Oh, he doesn't talk?
Yeah.
Huh.
But he does sing, and as his family befriends him, he helps them overcome like their anxieties, their struggles, their sorrows, their stress, and all that stuff.
Okay.
So there's a lot of good stuff there about like family and friendship and loyalty. It's really sweet and I think pretty high quality. There are some kids' movies that just didn't need to happen. This was a really nice one. But I think it's worthwhile.
Does it have potential for more?
There are more Lyle books that are referenced in this movie.
But did they crunch more than one book on this?
I mean, we're talking about like picture books.
Sure.
So sort of, not really. I mean, there could be more. I don't think there needs to be more.
I mean, if it's fun and entertaining, if the kids like it, it could maybe not become another movie, but it could become an animated series.
Sure, an animated series could be really fun and cute.
Yeah.
So I reckon when it comes out on streaming, I'll definitely we'll definitely watch it as a family.
Yeah,
it's worthwhile.
I'll check it out. It definitely looks fun.
Yeah, and also just like taking your kid to the movies, just like one-on-one, so fun, so cute. Our daughter wore high heels and just felt Like she was the bee's knees the whole time. Anyway, so Lyle, Crocodile, still in some theaters, but will probably be coming to streaming pretty soon.
Yeah, and it's fighting against Titans. You know, we had Black Adam last week, and next week we have a Black Panther, the Battle of the Blacks. Anyways, in between two big household names, two big blockbusters.
There you go.
So, but it's still there. How's the theater? Was more than you guys?
There was another group there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and it's been out for a while.
And the time you guys went was pretty.
We went like 12 o'clock on a Thursday.
Yeah.
But there was another group there.
If there was more people, it's a good sign. We will check the box office. Is that movie on the box office list for the week? You didn't check the whole list, right?
I didn't look at the whole list. Okay. I doubt it though. It's been because like right now at our theater it's only on one screen with like a couple of matinee showings.
Okay.
So I'm not sure.
But recommendable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, for the fans that read the books. And for, new fans.
Anyone. There is nothing problematic. There's no language. There's nothing trendy or touchy or anything like that. It's just like a solid story that deals with timeless themes in a really lovely way.
Okay, so, Lyle, Crocodile.
Check it out.
Available in theaters nationwide.
Okay, we also watched Rosaline? Yes.
What was the taglines? The story never told.
Yeah, the greatest love story never.
I mean, that one is like, the greatest story never told is like, they use that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one was, before Romeo and Juliet, there was Romeo and Rosaline.
Yes.
And this is a project that was sitting on the shelf for 10 years, I think, more than 10 years. A lot of people were involved. I can't remember some of the names, but I mentioned some of the names. What's the book? Dickinson, Haley Steinfeld, Emilia Clarke, and those are the recent names. There was like no names back in the day. That were involved, and finally it came to fruition. Is available on Hulu. It stars the young, very talented. She done a lot.
Yeah, girl's got range.
What's that book?
I can't remember her name, but she's on Last Man Standing, and she has a heart-wrenching role on Dope Sick.
Yeah, she has.
So when I say range, I mean like.
Yeah, I know she has. She should be the girl. I mean, I guess she got old because it took them forever, but she should be the girl on Last of Us.
She would be great in that role, but she's too old now.
Because the girl looks just like her. It sounds like her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dever. Kaitlyn Dever.
That sounds
Denver? No, Dever. Yeah, Kaitlyn Dever. She's also on a great Netflix show. I mean, a good Netflix show. I didn't see it, but I want to see. It's very dramatic. So, again, range.
Yeah.
Who else? There's any other
Mini Driver, who is always delightful and perfect.
Bradley Whitford,
super underrated.
Right?
I don't remember.
He's the father. He's the guy from West Wing. You cannot remember the name.
Yes.
Yeah. Any other big name?
Not that I can remember off the top of my head.
Okay. The trailer is really interesting. It compels it. I did compel.
Yeah.
Compelled me?
Mm-hmm.
Is it irregular?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the story is plain and simple. Before Romeo was in love with Juliet, star-crossed lovers.
Mm-hmm.
Star-crossed lovers, is that what we
Yeah.
said? Yeah. He had a girlfriend. Her name was Rosaline.
Mm-hmm.
She was also a Capulet.
Mm-hmm.
But things changed real quick.
Things changed real quick because Romeo is a serial monogamist, I guess we would say. Bless his heart. So this is actually in Shakespeare's play. They're not just making this up.
Expanding universe.
It is, and it's actually really delightful. So we're in Fair Verona. there are two families alike in dignity. It actually starts like that, two families alike in dignity, and we see it come to a balcony, and Romeo's climbing up there, and there is Rosaline. And so Romeo actually goes to the Capulets masquerade ball to meet up with Rosaline in the play because he's like super in love with her. In fact, he doesn't even hang out with his friends because he's so busy wandering around moping about Rosaline.
Rosaline is a little bit older than Juliet, for instance. And because of that, her family, her father is constantly bringing her suitors. Yes. So she would get married, and she doesn't make it to the ball because she's with one of the suitors.
Yeah, and so Romeo runs
because of her father.
Yeah, and that is, of course, that's the infamous ball where Romeo runs into Juliet, and they kiss and fall in love instantaneously.
And the part of the story, you know.
Yes.
But Rosaline is in the middle of this, and the movie is about her adventures or misadventures on trying to save
trying to save her relationship and maybe trying to save their relationship, and like lots of growing up and figuring things out, and it's very, very funny, and then it's really sad, and then it's really funny again.
It's like a rom-com, right?
Yeah,
the things got all good, all right, and then they go wrong, and then they get back right again. And interesting at the end, because it's a comedy and it can expand, you can change. They sort of change the destiny, the fate of the star-crossed lovers, but at the same time they don't. So you're gonna have to watch to see it. But
I will say the better you know Romeo and Juliet, the more you will enjoy this, because there's lots of like little Easter eggs and references spread out throughout. You don't have to know the play well to enjoy it. It's still a really fun show, but there's lots of like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme where it's like lots of those moments.
The cast it's really good. I think she's Dora the Explorer, right? That's what I mentioned. Juliet Dora the Explorer
was the live action Dora. There's a sentence.
Romeo is the Romeo is the dollar store Heath Ledger.
Yeah, a lot of the actors like, wait a second. Because and then the other suitor is like the off-brand Oscar Isaac.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
like great value
but it was fun. It was entertaining. It's available on Hulu, and if you're a fan of Romeo and Juliet, you should check this one. And yeah,
check it out. Okay, we also watched Tales of the Jedi. This is of course on Disney Plus. Very short series of very short animations.
Mini-series.
Well, right. It's short, but a mini-series of short animations.
I mean, the episodes, I think they're equivalent of a regular episode of the Clone Wars.
Yeah, so they were like 20-ish
minutes. I think so.
Okay, well, it was really good, and so it just didn't feel long enough, I guess is what we're getting at here.
Yeah.
Giving some background for...
For the old lore, for the old expanded universe of Star Wars fans, the Tales of the Jedi is a name that resonates with every old school fan, but this is not about it. This is around the time of the Clone Wars, a little bit before. It's not thousands of years, like Knights of the Old Republic and stuff like that. They use the name. I guess it's a good name. It is Tales of the Jedi, so it's kind of generic. And if anything, they create something that, since it's sort of ontological, because we have stories of two different characters. And the first one is a baby, then it goes to the other character when it is old, then it goes back. So it's sort of ontological. And they could explore and go to other Jedi, which would be pretty cool. See the adventures of Ki-Adi-Mundi or
Quinlan Vos, for example.
But on this one, we see the ones we see are Ahsoka Tano. Very appropriate since she's gonna get her own show pretty soon. We also see Count Dooku, but we have glimpses of Master Windu, Master Yaddle, and it was really good. I liked it, even though it changes some of the no, even it's not even the old lore, it's not even the expanded universe. It changes the new canon from Disney books, but still, overall was really, really beautiful. It was really well done.
I thought it was fantastic. It's the Clone Wars style animation. The stories were compelling. And many other fans were just distraught when I realized that episode 6 was in fact the last episode. And I love when a show leaves me feeling like that. Not because I love when a show, when it ends, when it's still good. They told the story they had to tell and then left it at that. There's no stretching out. Anyway, it all...
And they don't, it's like...
It all fit. It was
well done. By all means, they don't need to stretch because... The story continues in Clone Wars Rebels, the movies.
Sure.
So they I guess it's good that they're conscious and is smart enough to say that's it.
Yeah, which is nice to see from Disney Star Wars content.
But there's no news about more. Hopefully we will see more, and again from different other Jedi. We see Kanan too. We see Kanan and his master.
What was her name?
Deepa Bilaba,
yes.
I think. But yeah, Tales of the Jedi, really, really good. Disney, again to witness, to testify that what's his bucket? Dave Filoni.
Yes.
Should lead the realm. He should be the one in charge of the keys of the realm.
Yes, Filoni is our king.
But yeah.
Okay. Also on Disney Plus, we watched what I thought was a very fun little Halloween horror feature called Werewolf by Night. I don't know a whole lot about the source material for this, but it was directed by Michael Giacchino, who is one of the greats among modern film composers.
Definitely very prolific. You see him doing everything, everywhere, all sorts of things. I never seen him directing.
Lost, Fringe, Star Trek, the Abrams Star Trek movies, Jurassic World.
Did he do
the most recent one? He might have, but I don't remember. The guy does he's all over the place. His range is it's bonkers. Anyways, I'm a huge fan of his. Sorry, I just am a huge fan of his music. But yeah, now he's directing.
Yeah, based on the horror Marvel comic books, and Marvel deals with that from Dracula to the Man Thing is their version of the Swamp Thing, and all the creatures in this one is about monster hunters, and of course a werewolf and some other monsters, and very stylistic. Of horror tradition, old school horror films.
It's shot in black and white, except for red. Yeah, there's some reds that show.
And very, very, the black gives that noir horror. That's traditional from some old school or pioneer horror movies.
Yeah.
It was overall fun. It was this compromised to the whole MCU Marvel universe.
Oh yeah.
Was sort of a one shot, and maybe that's why it works.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it has Marvel, so it will bring all the Marvel fans, no matter what. Again, the thing we were talking about, sequels, prequels, reboots, remakes, also includes the universe, the native universes. So it will bring people. It brought people either way. It wasn't disappointing. It was fun.
Yeah.
Sweet and short.
Yeah, it was short and sweet. There's some really macabre humor. It was a perfect Halloween movie. I don't know that I would recommend it for kids per se. It's a little, even though it's black and white and it's definitely a little gory, a lot violent.
Yeah, that might surprise you considering there is Marvel and Disney. You might say, let's see. It's probably gonna have monsters now we're gonna dance like Star-Lord. No.
Yeah, no, the monsters are monsters. Or are they?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really fun. And if you're into those those old school black and white horror movies, this one totally lives up to it. There's a lot of homages. I feel like it was a lot of it is an homage, and then the humor, some overacting. But anyway, really fun. So that's Werewolf by Night on Disney Plus.
Yes.
Anything
what
else?
else?
We also HBO's White Lotus season 2 premiered.
Yes.
1.3 million viewers, including us.
And it started as the other season started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their soundtrack, man.
Not as bad as the other season. But this one, people, different walks of life come to this nice, different walks of life. All
They're
rich.
all bougie enough, to go to a White Lotus resort.
But different people with different stories come to Italy. This time is in Sicily.
Yes.
For staying in the White Lotus. And as season 1 started with a flash forward. This one starts a flash forward and someone died. Yes. There's a murder.
People died 1 week earlier.
Yes.
Do we know who died? Nope. So exciting.
In 1 week. Yeah. It feels like this has less characters than the other one.
It might.
Because the other one, you have the big family, and with the family you have the father with problems with his father.
That's right.
And the wife with problems with the husband. We have the weird kid that goes swim and sleep by the beach and it becomes friends with the natives, which is pretty cool. You have the 2 girls.
He's like the most stable of the bunch.
Yeah, we have the 2 girls that one is like
are besties and have drugs with them.
Yeah, and one has sex with some of the employees, and the other one is extremely pissed. It's not clear if she's into her or what.
Yeah.
So there already you have a lot of characters. One nucleus, one family. Then you have a couple, and then you have the old lady that is back to this one. What else? There was more characters there. The mom from the couple.
Yep, and then there's also the staff.
And there was a lot more staff.
The manager who slowly goes insane.
Yeah.
The spa manager person who wants to start her own business.
Yeah. Either way.
Anyway.
This one feels like there's less characters, but there's a lot more to come. We only saw the first episode, and it was as good as the other pilot. Compelling.
Yeah.
And instigating. We'll see.
The whole I just really love the whole concept of not even knowing who the murder victim is as we go through all this. It is incredibly suspenseful and entertaining. Not just having no idea, like, okay, somebody dies, somebody killed them, but we have no idea who did either. It's very
because we don't know who. It's pretty tough to it's a whodunit, but it's also a who got done.
Yes. It's really clever and entertaining. This one also stars Aubrey Plaza and
Michael Imperioli from Sopranos, Theo James, I think that's his name.
Yes.
And
the old guy who's in Mythic Quest.
Oh, I can't remember his name.
But he's funny and gross in a very entertaining way.
Oh, he's very bad. He's sniffing people. Yeah. He's like flirting all the time. It's I don't know, maybe he's the one that's gonna die, but who knows? But and also Jennifer Coolidge, she's back on the same character from same season, but now he's on vacation with a husband that she met in first season, which will be interesting because she's probably gonna.
There's trouble in paradise.
Yeah, there'll be a moment that she's gonna be crap that again.
Anyways, what a show.
White Lotus is available on HBO Max and is available every Sunday, a new episode on HBO.
Yep. All right, let's move on to some other news. Julie Powell, who is the author of Julie and Julia, which of course became a great movie, starring Amy Adams and Meryl Streep. Stanley Tucci. She died.
You saw that one?
I did.
Okay, it was good.
Oh yeah, I saw it right after I did my semester in Paris, and I bawled through the whole thing. I was like, I sat on that bench. It's a beautiful film, and just a whole beautiful concept. But yeah, she died at 49.
Yeah,
it was really sad
sucks,
and kind of shocking. So, our condolences to her and her family.
And the whole thing.
Also see the movie. It's really lovely.
Just her whole idea, I thought was really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
She went through all Julia Child's recipes,
Mm-hmm.
right? And did and she tried to make all of them, right?
It's a big book. It's something like 540 some recipes. It's huge. It's a big book.
Yeah, and I think it's Julia and Me. Is that
Oh yeah.
the book? The movie is Julia and Julia, but I think.
Yeah.
Anyways, either way,
I
it was
remember.
very interesting and became very
Mm-hmm.
popular. Became a movie, and it is a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over at Warner Brothers, chaos continues. It's looking like maybe we're done with Wizarding World movies for a while.
At least the Fantastic Beasts ones.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 and number 5, they got stalled, which is never good news.
Yeah.
Especially for a big franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, you can get stalled for specific reasons. You know, when someone is sick, when pandemic, or when someone
Injuries.
is incapable.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, but it's like for no reasons. It's never a good sign. But Warner is trying to cut costs and improve profits. So this is the latest move. But at the same time, there was some rumors the last couple of days that David Zaslav wants to make more Harry Potter movies, which are not the same as Fantastic Beasts. We don't know what that means, but apparently he's been talking to the author, the possibilities, and we don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we shall see, and we will let you know when we know. PlayStation has announced their VR2.
Yeah, virtual reality gear for the PlayStation 5 for the ridiculous price of $530.
No, $549.99.
And $49.99. I was like, well, VR is fun. I'm gonna buy that and use it to play. Well, to have that, you have to have a PlayStation 5. So altogether, you're gonna spend more than $1,000, easily $2,000 if you get from scalpers. And people say that this for scalpers is gonna be even more expensive.
Oh yeah.
So it's I don't know. There's no games. There's no evolution on the type of games. I think the one before was enough. They should find ways to use the one for PS4 and the PS5 and not,
not just sell a bunch of new gear.
Yeah, because there's it's a trend that comes and goes all the time. It's the 3D for movies, for the 3D TVs. Remember that? And it went away, and that was the second wave when we had for the TVs was meaning it wasn't the first wave. We had that before in the 80s with some horror movies, and even before experimentation, and it went away. It might come back. Now it's VR. VR in the 90s too was like, oh, VR. But now there's this thing too, even though it's subpar. Anyways, if you want, it's pre-sales start November 15.
Okay. So good luck with all of that. Also good luck to everybody working at Twitter. As we talked about last week, Elon Musk finally did follow through, bought it for $44 billion, promptly fired a whole bunch of people.
Bought a sink to the place.
Yes.
And let it sink in.
Oh man. Oh my gosh. To be wealthy enough to pull off a pun like that.
He dismissed the board.
Yep.
And he named himself the Soul King of the Bird. I can't remember. I'm sorry. But
Chief Twit.
Yeah.
And now he's talking about 50% job cuts.
It was just on the news. I mean, first he said he would start charging for the blue. What's it called? Blue mark?
Yeah, for the blue check mark.
And people getting. I'm done and leaving. It's like I'm leaving Twitter as the new. I'm gonna move to Canada. So it's like people in waves leaving Twitter. Anyways, still about the company itself. It was announced not long before the recording of this episode that Friday, 9 a.m. people will receive through email, not tweet. Saying that they are fired or they are, they are no longer required to come to work for Twitter, or no longer required to work at home, because Twitter does have a lot of people who still work at home. It was one of those companies that liked that and kept that.
Yeah.
But either way, those people will not go to Twitter or will not work for Twitter at home. So
for all the problems that are at Twitter, like, it's not something you'd wish for anybody.
Yeah.
So
sure.
Sorry, like, oof.
Yeah, but we see that it's not because Musk is evil. It's not because some people are painting him as this Nazi son of the devil. It's when a company is acquired by another company, cuts like they need to save, they need to make profit and save money. Warner is still doing this like all the time.
Months. Like, we don't even talk about it anymore. Yeah. It's like every week we're like, oh, and more people got fired and hired and shuffled around.
Yeah. So it's business as usual. So he put money there. He needs to make more money, and he's gonna try to cut fat to improve the business for everybody and for his profit. He put money there,
and he's just doing it with a lot more flair because this is Twitter and Elon Musk. And so we shall see what happens. A lot of people aren't thrilled about the $8 a month for the blue check mark, and there's some other perks that go with it.
Oh
yeah. Like, you can post longer audio and video.
Oh,
I don't use Twitter a lot, so it's not something I care a whole lot about. But yeah, there are other perks. I think something about like the algorithm, like
lives.
Your comments and retweets are higher up.
Oh, okay.
So there are other perks with it.
I mean, and the main thing is people know that you are who you say you are. Yeah.
Right, and that wouldn't be a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Because anybody can subscribe to have a blue check mark.
That's really?
So that's a
so
concern.
There's no prerequisites?
Not that I know of. But again, like, they just announced this, and I'm getting like bits and pieces from different news articles.
Anyways.
William Shatner was asked, William Shatner is quite prominent on Twitter, quite active on Twitter, and he was asked if he was going to pay for the blue check mark, and he said, no, I have plenty of cachet and prestige on my own. I don't need to pay $8 a month for any. Which I thought, like, oof. Such a flex. So great.
Yes. And he knows from liking Musk for liking him. When it was first announced that Musk would buy Twitter, he said that I think Shatner saying about him, I think he's adorbs, and Musk.
That's right, I forgot
Musk said that you always be my captain. So that's his love thing. So he probably would get a access card like to eternity, for free. But anyways, that remains to be seen. Yeah. But Twitter is changing.
Stuff is happening. All right, let's go over to Disney for a minute and talk about Vision Quest.
Yes, a series for Vision, the Avenger, the Android Syntoid Avenger was announced. With Bettany, and we'll see at the end of WandaVision. If at this point you didn't see it,
it's like, on you.
Who cares? But at the end of WandaVision, we see a battle of two visions. One survived and was extremely confused in what's going on, so he just flew away. The white vision, as you know in the books, there's two different versions of Vision. So. We might follow that guy and see what happens.
Yep. Mandalorian Season 3 is supposed to come out on February 22nd, 2023.
Yeah. A little bit after Valentine's Day.
Yeah. What is that, 5 months?
The best day of the year. I mean, not Valentine's Day. It's like my birthday, which is a little bit after Valentine's Day.
In the vicinity.
Day.
Yeah.
After that. So, yeah.
Also, some news about Agatha, Coven of Chaos.
Yeah. Aubrey Plaza that we saw recently on White Lotus. She's going to be there. She's going to be a villain.
Who's shocked? Anybody? No?
Who's shocked what? Yeah.
That, it's just this announcement, like, that she's playing a villain.
Oh.
What?
I mean,
because anybody who ever watched Parks and Rec, which is probably her biggest role, like,
but she was annoying.
Just take that character
she was annoying.
And put her...
She was not villainous.
No, but like she plays. In fact, like some of the role playing they do. They named their kid Jack-o'-lantern. She's really into like the spooky, the goth.
Okay.
Like her character of April Ludgate.
Okay.
Like when they're planning a Halloween party, and Andy is like, it's gonna be so great, and she was, and yeah, they were going back and forth. So April's like, people will die, and he goes, of fun.
the meme.
Anyway, so just the concept of Aubrey Plaza as a spooky witch villain.
Yeah, but there's other things to consider. Being a Marvel villain doesn't mean you're a villain, because
fair enough.
It's Marvel. Anyways.
Fair enough. All right, they're also working on a Wonder Man series.
Yes,
I wonder what that's about.
Wonder Man, the strongman from Marvel, Avengers of West Coast. There was rumors that Cavill would take on the role, but again there was a lot of rumors that Cavill would take in a lot of roles because he's the man of the hour, etc. etc. But anyways, what's his bucket?
Yahya Abdul Mateen II.
Yes, will be Wonder Man, which is a different take on the character because the character is obviously visually white. This guy is black, very black. But one interesting thing about this guy is that not long ago he was saying that superhero movies is clown work.
Which is kind of weird because wasn't he in Watchmen?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. So superhero work is clown work, and some people didn't like that. But now he's back as a leading man on the superhero show. Again, it's a Marvel show, so we'll see what the heck they're gonna do, considering the last ones. But yeah. Magnum started, if I remember correctly, he started Magnum. Wonder Man is basically both names for the same character. I think he started as a villain, so I guess Marvel would like that.
They do, yeah. That's their bread and butter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, sticking with Disney for a minute, Shanghai Disney visitors had a really rough time because there was a single COVID case at the park. And everybody at the park was locked down there for hours, had to be tested, and now they're locked down in their own homes.
It kind of sucks, going to Disney, going to a big park like that. It's fun, it's enjoyable, but there's a lot of stress involved.
There is, and there's a lot of expense too. This isn't something you get to do all the time.
Yeah, it's not going to a public park.
Yeah.
So the stress is a financial struggle to make it happen. And then when all this happened, this whole mess. But it's all part of the China zero COVID policy. China is a dictatorship regime. What they say is the law, and if you go against it, it's like, I hope they don't take this episode down. But so they said it's closed, and they closed, and there was all this mess.
Yeah, it seems like zero COVID hasn't really resulted in zero COVID, has it? Anyway. Okay, let's move over to Netflix. If fans of the Fate the Winx saga, I'm so sorry. It's been canceled after 2 seasons.
Yes. I never watched it. You never watched it. It's it was the first season of the girl, the suicidal girl from I think it was her, right? The girl from 13 Reasons Why. I think it was.
I don't know. Because I didn't watch that one either.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of something else. Also on Netflix. Either way, fantasy show on Netflix canceled. Netflix has been known for being the network that comes to save shows. I don't know if anyone else is gonna pick that, but Stranger Things had happened.
They have. On the flip side, Sandman has officially been renewed for a 2nd season.
Yes.
So, too bad for Winx, but hooray for Sandman because I really enjoyed that first season.
Hopefully, it will make it better on 2nd season because it wasn't balanced. It was like everybody was concerned it would not get renewed because even though the show is not bad, it has problems. But it was there was a concern that there might not be a second one. It took this long, right? But it's gonna be a second one, so maybe this the second one gonna get more numbers to safely get a third one without
this much time in limbo. Yeah. We shall see. I really enjoyed it. It was interesting, compelling, and beautiful. So we will see what happens there. But really, like, the big Netflix headline of the week has to do with The Witcher.
Yes, The Witcher is gonna get a season 4, but Henry Cavill will not be back as Geralt of Rivia. What's it called?
Geralt of
Rivia. He's out, and we know he's gonna be heavily involved in Superman projects throughout DC. Please. No, I mean that's a fact.
I know. I just don't want to jinx it.
Yeah. But there's rumors that he left The Witcher because of creative what's it called?
Creative differences.
Creative differences with the producers. He's a big fan of The Witcher. He was like, people that worked with him mentioned him quoting the wizard and the lore heavily, and we are
because
fans.
He's one of us.
Yeah,
he's a major dork.
Yeah. And
he just looks good in armor.
And when they screw up our beloved characters and our beloved stories, you get pissed. In his case, you get pissed. I was like, okay, I'm out. Dropped his sword and walked away. Anyways, he complimented and celebrated the new Witcher. It's gonna be Liam Hemsworth from the Hemsworth family.
Yeah. The Hemsworth family. There's a great meme that's been going around. It's a 2 frame or 3 frames with Thanos talking to Gamora, where she's like, "Did you get what you wanted?" And she says, "What did it cost?" And he says, "Everything." But they replace this like, "Did you get Superman? Did you get more Superman?" He's like, "Yes." "What did it cost?" "Henry Cavill is Geralt of Rivia."
If anything, I think it was a perfect opportunity to get an older Witcher, because in the games, in the books, he gets old, like everybody,
as people do. Yes, as one does.
And there's like this art, there's like fanfic art of one Mads Mikkelsen as old Witcher.
Yeah, it looks good.
It could get someone older or make it older, and they picked someone that looks even younger than Cavill. But we'll see.
We will see. The show's been good so far, and if this is the cost of more Superman and better Justice League / Superman / DC content, it's a price I'm willing to pay. Anything else for Netflix?
No, for Netflix and Witcher. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Some other
still there's more for Netflix?
No.
Okay. Blockbuster, the new sitcom on Netflix came out today, and we saw a couple episodes. It's some of the people that worked on Brooklyn Nine-Nine and worked on that supermarket show. What's it called? Superstore. Who incidentally was people that worked in The Office, and it all goes back to it all goes back to it's heavily not inspired, but not inspired in the story, but inspired on the building of the characters and workplace comedy.
They're working with the same ingredients.
Mockumentary, a little less
mockumentary at all.
It's less mockumentary. But the type of camera is what they call it, single camera.
Oh, sure. But we don't have like the talking heads.
No. That's what I mean. And Randall Park. What's the name?
Melissa Fumero. Is it JB Smoove?
JB Smoove.
Mm-hmm. Were there other recognizable names?
Nothing.
So far it's decidedly okay. I'm not like super invested.
The dynamics are Jim and Pam work together. Have that.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, I really like all the people involved, but it also feels like I've seen these things before. It's like getting a new menu item at Taco Bell where you get it and you're like, but this isn't new. These are the same ingredients, just been put together in a slightly different way. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I love Taco Bell. I love all the shows that came before this one. it's just not necessarily like super compelling yet. But I'm willing to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Father Stu, which we talked about a few weeks ago, has been recut. They redid a PG-13 version, and that's getting re-released in theaters as Father Stu Reborn. So,
yeah, it was good. It was fun. Now we can take the entire family.
Yeah, I think that R rating probably kept away a lot of the audience who would be interested in that kind of story.
Yeah, and considering that he made a movie inspired by his priest, I mean, I guess he made a movie. He didn't make a movie for his priest. So I guess now he made a version that his priest and his community as a total would be able to watch, enjoy, without feeling bad for all the... Anyways.
Yeah, so 57 F-bombs over the course of an hour and a half is not your thing.
Was it? Did you count?
I didn't count, but I just made up a number that sounded vaguely reasonable. It's a lot of F words in a very short amount of time.
It's actually a pretty decent number. It's like what the record is Scarface with 800 in 2 hours.
Sure, Father Stu is no Scarface. But,
he's the Scarface of faith. He's Scarface.
Oh my goodness.
I'll be here all week, people.
All right.
You should tune up on my comedy podcast, which is actually this one. So don't go anywhere.
This is it. This is the one. This is the one. All right. So that's coming back as Father Stu Reborn. On the flip side, Jennifer Lawrence decided that they didn't need to tell a story again. They told it once, and that was good enough.
Yeah, the Hulu has a show called The Dropout about what's his name? Elizabeth Holmes.
Elizabeth Holmes, yeah.
The crazy cuckoo lady that created this magic box.
Was she crazy cuckoo or was she freaking brilliant? She conned the planet. She conned Silicon Valley out of millions and millions of dollars. But people adored her.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem... we saw the documentary, which I don't remember the name. I can't remember the name. Anyways, The Drop of Blood, something like that.
One drop.
It does. It's like... to this day, it doesn't sound like... It sounds like she believed it.
I don't know, or maybe she's just a really good con artist, because there's no way she could have believed. I don't know. I don't think you can be cuckoo bananas and pull off what Elizabeth Holmes pulled off.
I mean, if there's what was the show? I can't remember. There's some show that says George Constanza, yes. Like Jerry Seinfeld and George was talking about beating the polygraph, and because Jerry was going to get this girl, of course, and he was asking George, just like, if there's anything, if there's anyone that can beat the polygraph, it would be you. So tell me, how would you do it? I was like, if you believe it's true, it's not a lie, even if it's a lie. I think she was it sounds like, again, the way she changed the industry forever. Nobody in Wall Street, no Wall Street, sorry, no venture capitalist will invest in pharmaceutical technology or even drugs without doing like extreme due diligence, like beyond the extreme due diligence they already do for everything else. And even then they might not still invest because of her, because she came with this Star Trek kind of ideas, and that's why I think it's like, as an idea, it's awesome. It is Star Trek. It is amazing
idea. And she pulled it off long enough to deceive so many people out of so much money. Like intelligent people who do this all the time as a living and have amassed their own fortunes doing this kind of thing. I don't think she's crazy.
I think she's crazy because she
not crazy in terms of like a mental impairment. I don't think we're talking about a mental impairment here. I don't think she was delusional.
No.
Maybe a little bit.
Delusional. I think she was. Because I don't think she was like, this will never work, but I'm gonna fool all these people like a megalomaniac supervillain. You think she knew it would never work, but she wanted the money?
Maybe she didn't know it would never work from the beginning, but she kept it going for so long.
Believing she could fix the problems, I guess, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's a fair assessment to say that she was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, she was not... I don't know. Anyway, so
certainly not fair to crazy people everywhere.
And Adam McKay.
Yeah.
Adam McKay, director, producer of the long. What's that movie called?
The Long Short.
The Long Short. He was the man behind Anchorman. He did a Netflix one with DiCaprio about. They say it was about global warming, but it was actually about pandemic.
Oh yeah, Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up. Among other movies. Mm-hmm. So he's producing this movie about Elizabeth Holmes with Jennifer Lawrence, and she said, "Nope, I saw the show, and that's enough. We don't need the story is told." And Amanda, what's the last name?
I knew you were gonna ask. Was it Seyfried?
Seyfried.
Dang it! I'm never gonna say this girl's name right.
Seyfried. It's perfect. We don't need to do any more. So she left the production. She's not gonna be.
Yep.
We don't know if the movie. I mean, my case is probably gonna keep going with someone else, which I guess you do what you want with the money and time you have.
Like. Yeah.
But I mean, you still can make it. There's like 1,700,000 Pinocchios.
We saw the trailer for the Guillermo del Toro one today, which I'd seen before, but I don't know. There was more in this one that I'd seen before. But our 6-year-old saw it, and she was like, "Yeah, I want to see this. It looks really good."
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of other movies that we don't need more of, Pitch Perfect: Bumper in Berlin has a trailer.
That's actually a show.
That's a show.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Adam Devine is gonna look for a cappella stardom. Hey, wait, that's Andy Bernard in The Office, right? Andy Bernard in The Office.
He was looking for a cappella stardom. Yes.
Yes. Anyways.
Yeah, and then last but not least, Lupita Nyong'o is negotiating for a role in Quiet Place Day One.
Yes, another spin-off. But they did Day One already. Didn't the second movie was about Day One?
No, they had flashbacks to Day One, in like one area, but this seems like it's a planet-wide issue, or like it would become. So I don't know. There's plenty to tell there.
Okay. Talk about Musk. Oh, this one is just 1 hour ago. Tarantino said comic book movies currently have a chokehold on the movie industry, and he confirmed he will never make a Marvel movie. I'm not a hired hand.
Well, that's fine, because I don't think anyone's going to hire him for that.
Which, he's speaking the truth. At least on the Marvel side, directors don't direct what they want to direct. What Feige, what Kevin wants.
Yes, what the AI demands.
Yeah, so it's that's why they all feel the same. Even the ones that don't feel the same, they still feel the same sooner or later. So there's no creative authority. Is it authority?
Autonomy.
Autonomy.
I think autonomy is
before author. For the
authorship.
Anyways, different than you see. We had the guy that did Shazam. We had Snyder with Snyderverse, and the people that did Justin Lin that Aquaman and
Birds of Prey, which is so
Phillips.
underrated.
What's his bucket? Todd Phillips. Anyways,
I don't know.
Don't call me that. The name might not be the guy that did the Joker. Also, the guy that did the Batman, and heavens permit Affleck once he makes his Batman movie. But yeah, this weekend we talked about this. This weekend's gonna be a big weekend on premieres. We saw was it Bucket? What was it called?
I need a lot more information.
Blockbuster. We saw Blockbuster on Netflix, but also Titans is out on HBO Max. And also tomorrow we're gonna have two more. Tomorrow we're gonna have Enola Holmes, number 2.
Oh, the first one was so good.
Also with Henry Cavill, and Millie Bobby Brown. There's something else. Come on.
I don't remember.
Tell
Next
a joke.
week is
Tell a
Wakanda.
joke. Tell a joke.
I can't tell a joke under pressure.
Come on. Any joke. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Boo.
Boo-hoo.
Oh, I don't need you to cry. You need to tell a joke. Okay, your turn.
Okay, knock knock.
Who's there?
Who?
Who?
Is an owl in here?
Ah! Okay, we have, I can't remember, Nola
I'm running out of
Holmes.
time, man.
Weird Al. The story
How
of
did I forget that?
Yankovic also comes out tomorrow on Roku. We'll see how we're gonna see that. But next week we have Spirited, the Apple Christmas movie, Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell.
Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell, yep.
And
Wakanda Forever.
And soon, November, also we have the Guardians of the Galaxy special. We have the Santa Clauses. There's a lot coming with the season. And of course, next week we're gonna see Black. No, it's not.
Nope. Wakanda Forever.
Isn't that Black Panther or Wakanda Forever?
Oh, probably.
Yeah. So Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. We'll see. There's we'll see. I'm curious. Not super excited about it.
Yeah?
But yeah, I mean, there's always a possibility they're gonna bring Killmonger back. How's Black Panther?
That would really suck.
Yeah.
But I choose to be excited because I have enough things to be stressed and worried about. So.
I am a Marvel Insider member, and I go there, and there's always activities to make points, to get points, and with those points you exchange for, it comes from wallpapers to digital art to actual comic books and experiences and auctions, things that you bid. It's like, they're giving away toys now. Well, you donate 5,000 of your points to participate in the sweepstakes for that. Anyways, and there was one activity this week. There was a quiz. Who's your favorite Wakandan? And Black Panther wasn't there. So I guess is a nod, is a promotion towards the film that's coming. So there was Shuri, Okoye, the big guy. What's the big guy's name?
I don't remember, and I feel like we go through this like every podcast.
Oh gosh.
Can't remember his name or Lupita Nyong'o's character.
Yeah. So I don't think there was Lupita, but there was the big guy. I can't remember the other one. And there was Killmonger. I was like, among your favorite canon towards the movie. So we'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully Shuri will take the mantle. As she did in the book.
As is only right.
There was just something saying that this movie goes straight towards Ironheart, the show for the girl that becomes Ironheart, the replacement of Iron Man. Anyways, next week, Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Successor? Is that a better word than replacement?
It's anyways, we can talk more about that next episode.
Yeah, okay.
Because they call this, some of these things, legacy characters, which never makes sense. How the legacy characters shouldn't be the old ones be the legacy because they leave the legacy.
Yeah.
Anyways, Black Panther Wakanda Forever next week, and all these things that are coming out tomorrow, today, in the next couple of days. May the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.
Bye.